Hey guys, how are you? My name is Cecia, and I wanted to share with y'all what my 2016 meant to me. So, 2016 for me was a really big year. It was the year I graduated high school and I started college. It was also the year I turned 18, and in my family, my sister got married and my brother turned 15. So, this was a really big year for my whole family and I. 2016 was a year of growing and realizing stuff. I basically left a whole part of my life and I started a new one. It was really hard. I didn't know that this year was going to be how it ended up being. At the beginning of the year, I remember I was in a really bad place in my life. I was in much pain and there was just a lot of hurt in me. And I started the year very sad, and it's just a really bad beginning to this year. So with a new start, I kind of knew that this whole year was going to be a really, not a disaster, but it was going to be a really disappointing year. So throughout the year, my mentality began to change. I started realizing things that I didn't before, and I started looking at life with a new perspective. This actually started like mid-year, so like July, somewhere around there. That's whenever I began to just look at life in a whole new way. You see, whenever you're like in high school, whenever you're in school, like public school, you basically have this idea of what life is, and your life is just a series of like waking up, going to school, doing your thing. Your life is planned out for you. People plan it out for you, and because that's how your life's supposed to be. You're supposed to go to school, maybe have a job at the end of your high school years, and that's life as a child. But then you have to like start making your own choices, and it's kind of like nerve-wracking because you don't know if you made the right choice, and you don't even know how those choices are going to end up going for you until like months pass, and everything just goes crazy. So this year I lost a lot of friends, and it's kind of sad because there were friendships, there were really long friendships, and I had them throughout my whole school life, and it was really sad for me. But you kind of have to think about it, and you say, well, like things happen for a reason. God lets things happen for a reason. I am so glad that I had them throughout all those years, and I still hold them very dear to my heart. But sometimes the plans of God are not our plans. So my mentality changed because now I know not to cry. Of course we're gonna cry when we lose things, but not to get so hurt and put your life on pause because something happened. You have to think about it, and you have to be grateful for what you had, grateful for what happened, and be like, okay, you know what? I know this happened for a reason, and I can't just stay here and cry about it, and I have to move on. So what you have to do is you have to just, grieve. But after you grieve, you have to pick yourself back up and keep on going, because life is going to go with or without you. So you might as well use every time that you have and put it to good use. Another thing I learned in 2016 was that time is not as much as we think it is. Time goes by so fast. We literally waste time every second. We don't even know it, but time went by this year so incredibly fast. I feel like it was just January, and it's so crazy. Another thing I learned is that you are never gonna have the same metabolism that you had as a kid, and the stuff you eat does affect you, like, so much. So I learned that eating good food and putting good stuff in your body pays off, and is what your body needs. So guys, stay away from the junk food. The other thing I learned is don't let anybody affect who you are. Like, be who you are. no matter what. Be who you are in your style, be who you are in your artistic style, in what you say and what you wear and what you do, because at the end of the day, honestly, people are gonna be in your life and they're gonna leave. So don't try to be who you are just to impress people and just to get approval from people, because that's not gonna work out. At the end of the day, you have to work towards who you want to become. You have to work towards who you want to be, and every phase that you go through is shaping you all the time. So sometimes people don't like growing in their faith and then in their beliefs, but I learned that the best thing to do is to just focus on you. Like, focus, what are your beliefs and what do you feel like? Because just because you grew up in a home that believed in something doesn't mean you have to be and believe in that the whole way through. Like, read and get informed and pray about it and really figure out what you believe in and what your faith is in, because honestly, that is going to give your life a whole new meaning and it's going to be life changing. Another thing I learned is don't waste your money on food. Guys, you have food at home, and I still have a hard time like conforming to the food I have in my house, but I promise you, you're gonna like save so much money if you don't eat out as much as you do, because man, oh man, like all my money this year went to food. It's not crazy? That's crazy. So out of all the things I learned this year was just a big year of growing. I look at life so different than what I used to before, and it's crazy. I didn't know I was gonna be where I am here, and I have so many resolutions for the new year, and I hope I get them all accomplished, because that is my goal, to stay true to my goals and actually work towards achieving them. So I challenge you guys to think about and reminisce on this year 2016, and think about what you grew in, what you didn't achieve, and what you want to achieve next year, and how this year helped you. Because even though this year might have been a really bad year for you, or a year of just hurting, there had to be something good in it. You know, whether it be that hurt helped you as a person and it helped you realize things, or whether it be that you left something behind that you didn't need. Everything is for good. So just think about something good, and let's end this year reminiscing about the good things, and welcome 2017 with new ideas, new inspirations, and new goals. I hope you guys have a good one, and I guess I'll see y'all in 2017.